Hey, good Thursday morning to you. I'm Brian Crandall with this NBC 10 coffee break. It's just after 10 o'clock. It's going to be a warm one. We'll get to that in just a minute. But first, our top local story in the area. This has been going on all week in Milford, Massachusetts, not far over the border, north of Woonsocket, where an 18-year-old who was arrested by ICE agents over the weekend will be in court, in an immigration court this afternoon in Chelmsford, Massachusetts. Marcelo Gomes da Silva, as you may recall, is a Milford High School junior. He remains in immigration custody after being arrested by immigration agents over the weekend on his way to high school volleyball practice. ICE officials say they targeted Marcelo Gomes's father. That's who they were going after, but instead the teenager was in the car with friends, and they say he was not in the country legally. ICE had said his father wasn't in the country legally either. Now, Marcelo's lawyers say that he did come to the country legally when he was a kid, that he had a visitor visa, became a student visa, but it has lapsed. They want him to be able to stay in the country. His family released an emotional statement through video yesterday through his lawyers. Let's take a listen. Well, that was his family calling for his release, saying he's a good kid. Again, Marcelo Gomes da Silva, the 18-year-old from Milford, is expected in immigration court later this afternoon, 1 o'clock in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, again, as his family seeks his release from federal custody. All right, usually on the coffee break, we do an update on the Karen Reed murder retrial. Yesterday, one of the witnesses on the stand was a tow truck driver who testified that he didn't see anything, didn't see a body out in the snow, which that testimony helps Karen Reed's case as her defense tries to show that she did not run over and hit and kill her boyfriend, John O'Keefe. But there's no court today because they said it's too hot. They're concerned the courtroom will be too hot. So let's check in on the weather with Jason Doris, who is outside for us today. Already feeling kind of toasty out there, Jason.
Yeah, that's right, Brian. It's definitely warmed up very quickly today. If you walked into work maybe around 7 o'clock this morning, you might have thought it was fairly comfortable. Temperatures were only in the mid 60s, but since then we're already in the low 80s at TF Green. Dew point has also spiked up by about 7 degrees, which is really making a big difference. You're starting to feel the humidity now too, and that is going to be the case through the rest of today, where it's going to be about the heat, humidity, and also some of the hazy conditions in place too, with just a small hint of some wildfire smoke still lingering. But a lot of our inland communities are going to be able to warm into the low 90s. Wouldn't be surprised if we see someone hitting about 94, maybe 95 inland. Along the coastline, if you're trying to escape the heat, that's where you're going to want to be. Temperature is probably going to be in the 80s right along the shoreline. A really nice beach day. And then as we go into tomorrow, still going to keep that humidity in place. Temperatures are going to roll back a little bit more because we'll have more cloud cover in place. But there's also going to be the chance for some interior thunderstorms, especially right along the Massachusetts and Rhode Island border, the northern border there. That's where we think we're going to have some thunderstorm activity in the afternoon as a cold front slowly sinks a little bit further south. But I'll have some more information on that coming up at noontime, Brian.
Do you think this is the real first good beach day? I know yesterday was nice as well, but compared to what it was like at the shoreline, it's going to be warm today. I know the younger kids are still in school, but the college kids are out, and maybe some people are maybe taking the day off from work.
Yeah, I definitely think today is going to be the best beach day that we've seen so far. On our little scale that we typically do for our beach forecast, 5 waves out of 5, should be right around 75 to 80 degrees. A nice little refreshing breeze coming in off of the ocean water too, not too strong either, where you don't have to worry about blowing away some of your stuff. So really, if you can, have the opportunity to maybe take the trip down there. It's not a bad idea today.
All right. Thanks, Jason. We'll be keeping up with the forecast throughout the day on Channel 10, on TV, online as well, because it's really our real first hit of summer here, as it's not even officially summer after I think a lot of us were complaining about the weather in May. So, all right, we'll take it today. A nice day out there. All right, back to our news stories. President Trump issuing several executive orders late last night, including a travel ban. This picks up on something he did back in his first term. This travel ban prevents people from a dozen countries from entering the United States. Those countries listed here on your screen, including Afghanistan, the Congo, Chad, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Yemen, and Haiti. He also put partial restrictions on several other countries. Again, President Donald Trump announcing this travel ban last night through an executive order that he put on social media as well. Also announcing last night more action related to Harvard in his ongoing feud with the Ivy League school in Cambridge, in Massachusetts. This ban prevents foreigners from entering the United States to study at Harvard. The president announced this with those series of new executive orders overnight. The president saying that Harvard has not taken enough steps. One of the things that the Trump administration has gotten on them for is claiming that they're not doing enough to prevent anti-Semitism. Again, they were going to take away some of Harvard's federal funding, a lot of money. Harvard has fought back on that, so they're not going to cave in to the administration's demands. They've gone back and forth in court, and Harvard isn't happy about this move yet either, saying the Trump administration's action to prevent foreign students from going to Harvard is, quote, yet another illegal retaliatory step taken by the administration in violation of Harvard's First Amendment rights. Harvard will continue to protect its international students. So this feud between the Trump administration and Harvard rages on. All right, another fun one. If you are a gamer, the big thing going on right now is the Nintendo Switch 2 launches today. People waiting outside for hours to get their hand on the new console. I believe they were outside Best Buy last night. We checked both their Smithfield and Seekonk locations. One man set up at 7 yesterday morning at the Seekonk store just to make sure he didn't miss out. Let's hear why.
I got my pre-order in, but my friend was not able to. So we wanted to be here early enough so that he was able to secure his. It's important. We're huge Nintendo fans, so we really wanted Switch 2 on day one. Nintendo's a big part of our lives.
All right. Well, it'll be interesting to see if folks like the Switch 2. I assume they will. Mario Kart there, the big game, of course, on the Nintendo Switch. Always fun to play. The Switch 2 costs $450, but most places are sold out. So that's why those people were in line. All right. Switch 2 gamers, enjoy if you got it overnight or get it today. All right. And wrapping up, I don't know if you heard about this story. A pet zebra is on the run outside Nashville. There was the zebra. I guess they can see it on video pretty good, but nobody can wrangle the thing. It got loosed actually last weekend. Town officials and the owners, of course, having trouble getting a hold of it. He's been popping up all over town, even outside the local barber shop. Some people are calling the animal the town mascot. Officials say it appears to be healthy, and they hope to catch it soon. And again, they're calling it a pet zebra. So the big question is, how do you have a pet zebra? I'm usually right. They're only in zoos around here, and they're becoming the rage on social media there with people making zebra memes of the zebra at the barbershop, at the jewelry store. But there it is, actually running right down the road, through a field, through the neighborhood, but they can't get a hold of the zebra. Again, escape. Well, that does it for us on this NBC 10 coffee break this Thursday morning. 10:16 here. Again, it's going to be a warm day out there, as Jason said, a real nice beach day. So stay in touch with us on turn210.com. Of course, our weather app, and on air. We'll be back on TV starting at noon and then throughout the afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your morning.